Okay, so to check if we're on, we are. So, I fell asleep. I don't even know what happened. Anyways, hmm, lots of good ones in a row. Let's look back. Okay, that was bad. So that's 7:30. Then you had a good one, good one, good one, good one, good one. Whoa. Wow. And then finally another one all the way up here. Anyways, let's look at what this looks like over here with our regular candlesticks. I was supposed to take Sazio to the park. Um, oh, that's what happened. Yeah, I was supposed to take, so this would have been something over here, 9:30, 9:40. Okay, it was somewhere up here. Anyways, yeah, so I was supposed to take Zazio to the park today, before the stream started, but I fell asleep. And here we are. So if I don't take him to the park now, he's gonna be bothering me the rest of the whole stream. So I'm just gonna take him. Like I said, if we get a push, a big push, we could see this flipping back to green. But as you can see, there's a lot of diversion. What kind of diversion are we talking? So as we came up and up and up and up, we had this first peak and we were all the way up here. Then we had a nice push back down, a nice little pullback. But then we pushed again, but this was weak. And then we stalled, we pushed again, weak. Does that mean we can't keep pushing? We could. And I wonder if this has to do with more shutdown news. I am gonna look into that. Um, um, see, I will be back. 1 second. No. Hey, goodness. I can't see the chat, sadly. Anyways, um, yeah, so we're just gonna let this go. I will be back, and there will be no smooth tunes. Because yeah, I don't really want to go fish around for that. BRB. That was a big push down. Okay, yeah. So I am heading out now. I should be back by 11, finish out the last hour of the stream. Um, oh right, and there was no news here according to Top Step, but let me just check the um what's it called? The government shutdown update. In my recent search history, it says House expected to vote, blah blah blah. House prepares to vote. I keep hearing that. House preparing to vote. Why don't they just vote? Anyways, I am gonna go. All right, so I'm back a little bit late. It's 11:08, and as you can see, there are zero, and I mean zero, none of these were opportunities. A lot of them good, like, um, yeah, none of these were opportunities simply because we have our 4 brick rule, and this one happened after 5, and this one also happened after 5, which is why we don't. And as you can see why, I mean, there was only an additional single brick that followed. It's not it's not a hard rule. It's just one that I made that said after 4, and I'll show you right here. So let's go here, there. No, wait. Okay, so yeah, I have it set up between 1 and 4. So Um, a while back, I talked about the entries, primary versus secondary. And a primary entry is basically where, well, let's go find one. A primary entry is 1, 2, 3, is this. So basically, the first time this turns green on the MACD also has to correspond with it being over the 50 moving average, and then exponential moving average, and then it has to be the fourth, between the first and the fourth brick of Ranko bricks. So this, for example, is a primary entry because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fourth brick, and it corresponds with the first MACD flip over the um, EMA. So that's a primary entry. This right here is a secondary. Wait, that was the primary. This right here is a secondary entry. Why? Because this is already green, and this is a flip after it's already green. So this flip to green doesn't correspond with this first one, but it's still a flip. This will be a secondary entry. And this would be a secondary entry because this is already green. So primary only has to do with if it's corresponding to the first primary first MACD cross over to green. That's what makes it primary. And secondary means it's a red to green flip or a green to red, however, whatever you're trading. But in this case, a red to green flip, and this is already green. This has already been green for however long. So this would be what would this be? This would be a secondary because the primary, there was no primary, right? Because this is the first point where it flips, the MACD flips from red to green. So right here, so yeah, this would be the first point, but it's not between 1 and 4 Ranko bricks. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is not a primary entry. Okay, so ever since then, there have been no additional entries. Let's go back. Okay, and then let's look at some other different entry types. So, for example, this turned green, but this was still below here. Now, this was 1, 2, 3, 4. So, this could have been a primary entry, because it's the after the fourth, it's on the fourth Ranko brick. This just turned green, but what's the problem? We're still below this, so we can't take it. Um, so we want to wait till we come up here. What we do, still green, we get a push down, and then we get another push up. That is a secondary entry because this has already been green. These were all secondary entries that lost, and then we flipped to red here. This might have been a primary because it's 1 and 2, but what happened? This is not below this moving average, so it's not a primary entry we can take, so we want to wait until we get, because as long as this stays red, then we're waiting for a secondary entry, which would be here, because this is the first flip that happened. The green to red flip below, because all of these were green to red but still above, green to red but still above, green to red still above barely. Oh, and I remember this one from last night because it was literally right here right before I closed out, and I was like, oh, it's a centimeter away from being a sell, right? And it ended up going. Now, what if I were to only take primary entries? We cut out all the secondary ones and you just took primary entries regardless of where they stand. So that's going to limit a lot of trades. So this one would have been a trade right here. And then you would have had to go all the way back here. This would have been a trade there. This would have been a trade here. This green one would have been a trade that lost. This red one would have been a trade that was good. This green one would have been a trade that was good. Green, that was a trade that was good. That was the same one. Red, good. Green, good. Red, good. Green, bad. That's why I implemented secondary trades, in case, yeah. Anyways, red, technically good, green, good, red, good, green. Wait a second. Why am I seeing a very smooth pattern of green, of primaries being the best? Good, red, good, green, good. See, I don't know. What if, and this is just an if, or what if, but what if, what do you mean? Oh, hmm? um, because that's one of the other things that I've been, toying with is what if just, what, see, that was red, but it also was a 0. If you really look at it, it's 0. It's like this one is a 0.1, this one is a 0.1. See, this would have been bad, this would have been bad, this would have been good, and then this would have been bad. See, and then that's why you have secondary entries, because this was a primary and it was good too right here. Although we're kind of entering that territory of these are no longer realistic, but so what you have, that's a good one, should have been, but that ends up being bad, which is why you want to take secondary entries if the first one failed. Exactly. So that's why we have secondary entries for a reason. Is because of sometimes you get the end of it before it kind of comes back down. So hence why we have secondary entries. Um, yeah, like if the first, like maybe I should have an if, an and if, or whatever. Like if the primary is bad, then you can take the secondary. But if the primary is good, then then don't take the secondary. I don't know. The whole point is to try to limit the trades, like in all reality. You want to limit the number of trades while also um keeping the win rate. So you don't want to lose profitability in that aspect. So for example, if this had been a primary, you would have taken profit right here very quickly. Although, yeah, okay, that was within 20 seconds, so you would have had to hit enter and then jump right out. But that's a primary. If we weren't counting, this is the filter that's filtering out whether or not we're taking longs or shorts, is this. But if this wasn't here, right, if this wasn't here, then we're taking longs and shorts based off of primary, secondary. So this, for example, would be a primary, which means you don't take any secondaries. So this would be your one and done. This right here, primary, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should have been, but it wouldn't have been because it's not the same number. But let's just say you took the first one. That would have been a decent. Then let's say you take this one. That's one. Let's say you took this one. That would have been a loss. So if this one lost, which it did, then you take the secondary, which is this one. That was a pretty fast one as well. So yeah, if the first primary loses, you take the first secondary. Okay, another example. Okay, so here, good. So you wouldn't take the secondary. Here. Okay, here's one that was good. This one was good. Oh, trying to find a bad one. Was this one? Nope, that one was good. This one was good. This one was good. This one. Wait, maybe this one. Nope, this one was good too, shockingly. This one was... Okay, this one was bad. So, this one was bad. It was a bad primary entry. So then you take the secondary, which was this one, which was also bad. Dang. Because if you entered here, that one would have been bad. And then if you entered there, okay, that one would have been good, but goodness. Okay. And actually that would have 1, 2, 3, and 4. The only thing that would have filtered this out is the fact that it was on 5. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, my strategy limits so many trades. It limits a ton of them, and then you're not getting any opportunities. I mean, you're getting ones, and typically they're good sometimes, but I mean, you saw it. There were 2 losses just yesterday. There were only 2 trades, and they were both losses. So here's the primary. So if you win the primary, you don't take the secondary, which would have been that one, which would have been a loss. So you don't take the secondary if you lose the primary. Here is a primary. Here is a primary that worked. Okay, here's a primary that lost. So then you take the secondary, and if there was another secondary, you take that one too. That one. So I don't know. I don't know. Well, we're gonna go back to the present, and I'm gonna do some self-reflection, etc. And then after all of this, I don't know. I might, you might end up tweaking some. I might end up tweaking some things, but more on that in a minute. Okay, so I was just thinking like 2 seconds ago. I think in order to test the theory, right, that we can get better, um, that we can get better, maybe better trade numbers. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start another journal slash thing, but we're not gonna trade it. We're not gonna trade it yet. Just yet. I mean, if we do, it might be um, not hypothetical, simulated, um, because I do want to test that theory out because what my issue is that getting so many flips. Look at all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There have been 11 flips so far, and actually I'm not going to count that one because I don't know if it's good or bad. So out of the since, okay, let's just count since 10. There have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 flips, and 1, 2, 3. So out of 9 flips, 6 of them have been good, which is about break even, right? But out of those 9 flips, how many of these could have we taken? Exactly. How many of these could have been taken? So none of those, none of those. This one should have been 1, 2. That would have been a bad one. Then you would have taken the secondary 3, and then 4, and then 5. So out of those 9 trades, 5 of them should have been taken. Okay, so let's go on, right? Let me just put up a text box. Okay. So out of 9 trades, there were sorry, nine flips, 6 good, 3 bad. If we use my hypothetical, which is only taking primaries or a secondary if the primary fails. So that would leave us with 5 trades, 4 good, 1 bad. Or using my strategy as it currently is, 0 trades. 0. So that's what I'm considering, is that with how the market is, etc., there's 0 trades. There were 9 flips, but due to my filter, there are 0 trades. If we relax the filter and we ignore this, and we only look for primaries or a secondary if the primary fails, then we're looking at 5 trades. So this would be a break even. Let's pull out the calculator. Well, I'm gonna pull it out on my phone. Hey, I thought I actually had a calculator here. Oh, I do. Good old calculator that won't turn on. It needs sunlight. Okay, so that's all right. So if there were 3 losses and each loss was 400, that's 1200 in losses. And if there were 6 good ones and that's 200 per win, that's 1200 in wins, that's going to be a break even. However, if you took the 4 trades, there was 400 in losses, or there was times 4. Wait 1 second. So if there were 4 good trades times 200 per win, that's 800 minus the 400 in losses, that's 400 in profit, right? So the number of trades goes down, the number of loss rates go down. So we have basically, well, let's type this out. With this, we have break even, so we have break even, we have up 400, and then we have a big fat 0. Yeah, okay. So I don't know how it's gonna play out, but I'm gonna create the chart for this specifically, and then we will see, we can start charting because like I said, the last few days have been just terrible, absolutely terrible. So I'm gonna go here. Let's go to a blank document. And I'm not gonna separate it by time. I'm gonna combine the time. I'm gonna combine the time. So not just evening, but when I'm sitting down. So between 10 and 12, gonna chart those wins and losses, and then I will, but I'm so in the journal I will specify the time, but I'm only gonna have one chart. On the Excel sheet, it's gonna be very similar, but I'm gonna total it for the day. Yeah, I'm gonna total it for the day that I'm trading. So not the specific session day, but the actual day within what I'm trading. So for example, my morning session and my evening session technically should be part of 2 separate days, but I'm gonna count it as one day. So where is pup? Okay, so I'm gonna do that because yeah, I'm curious to see what it will do. And yeah, we have about 30 more minutes, so I'll just spend my time doing that, and then we'll move on to the next thing. All right, there's an entry right there. And it's good because it's already pushed down so far. Okay, that's bad. That is actually bad. But we got a great entry. I'm gonna place this. I am gonna place it at 20, 21. I'll place it at 21 because the entry was good, even though the trade was technically bad. Very bad. Oh, yeah, that's not even looking great at all. Okay, if we can get a push, I will get out. Otherwise, this is not looking great at all. At all, at all. It's not looking good because one, we just jumped down so fast, and two, um, yeah, this isn't one you really want to sit in for very long because it's already lost effectively. So I might just close this because I'm thinking the longer I wait for it to play out, it's just gonna screw me over. Oh, we were up 13. Yeah, I don't want to get greedy and try to be sitting here hoping that it's gonna go and it doesn't. I'd rather just get out of it and not lose. Close, position, close. Guys, account passed. Whoa. That was technically bad, but just because we got such a good entry, it was good. Whoa. That's, okay. You saw it there, real time, account passed. That, that shouldn't have even won though. You see, entry, entry, entry. That's, see, right here, this is a primary. This would have been a primary. This was a primary. This was a primary. Three primaries in a row, which means you could have stayed in this one because I'm just gonna take a moment to thank the Lord for helping me pass this account because that should have lost. Okay, I'll be back. I'm kind of in shock right now. That was an entry, and this was seconds, so within 20, no, within 19 seconds. Is that 19? Yeah. Within 19 seconds, it dropped down. And because it dropped down, where did I enter? Oh, I entered at 074. So I entered when it was down here. And because of that, because I entered at 07.4 instead of all the way up here, instead of putting my stop loss here, I placed it 20 ticks below, so I placed it down here instead because I don't know. I just did. I'm actually in shock though. I've been dreading this final trade for so long. Okay. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. The account is passed. It took a month. The account is passed. Guys, it's passed. Okay. Um all right. Well, I'm not trading anymore. $18. Let's go here. No, no, no. Let's go here. That was crazy. Oh, look, an 81% trade win rate. It's pretty, never seen a, well, I've never traded an account this long and passed it. The last time I tried trading an account, passing an account for this long, I always failed. So I always did the John method, who's my brother, and he would basically you go all in and you pass really fast. You'd pass in 2 days. I've never taken this long to pass an account, but the curve is steady the whole time. Minus that was one red day, and it was because it was a break even and there was that fee. I don't think I've ever seen this much green before. Ever. Okay. But wow. Okay. It's passed. The account is passed. I have to buy the actual thing. Not having a job is making that a little tricky, but it's okay. It's okay. That's wild. Consistency and a little bit of 100%, 100%, 100%. Does that say 40? It doesn't matter. Da, 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 da. Seriously though, but thank the Lord, thank Jesus. I have been stressing about this for so long, it's not even funny. I was literally just stressing about it earlier when I was at the park. I was stressing about this because it's like one trade and it could be passed, or one trade and you're three away instead of one, and then you're five away, and it just keeps going. And to be here at this point is just wow. Yeah. Hmm? Hmm. Uh-oh. It says you have no active accounts. What? Oh, I just got an email. What happened? Oh, they said I passed. That was fast. Typically, they wait till the end of the day. It says, okay, you know what? Let's just pull up that Do I have my email on here? 1 second. I've actually never live streamed passing an account before. That is crazy. 1 second. Why does it always say verify that it's you? You know it's me. I'm the only one who logs in, okay? And I'm always changing my password and I never know what it is. I don't know if that was right. And it wasn't. Okay. It should be. If it's not that, okay, it says it was changed 20 days ago, so then it should be. Wow, I just interchange my work passwords and my school passwords so that I don't get confused. Okay. Ave Maria. Sorry, you have to hear me singing. Yeah, I've never seen this pop up before. Usually it'll stay like this and then at the end of the day you'll get a thing that says you passed, but this is giving that very early on. So, mm, I don't know if I can share account name and stuff, but I'll just read what it says. Uh, okay, so it says, I'll just show you this part. Ta-da, da-da-da. Activation fee. Oh. Anyways, it says, ah, okay. Yeah, it's 5 days. They changed it. It used to be 200. Now it's 150. Um, you can withdraw 50% of your pay of your profits up to 5,000. Winning days don't have to be consecutive. Once you take a payout, your max loss limit adjusts to 0. This article has all the details. Earn and take payouts from up to 5 express funded accounts. We only have one. Request your payout as soon as you're eligible and we'll get it processed for you right away. Let's keep your momentum going. Okay, there's an activation fee, which I need to go check my funds to see if I have enough money to do that. Let's click on this article. Oh, no, I did not. That's cool. Never seen that before. Sign in. I don't have any accounts. Seriously, never seen that before. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. We are definitely not live funded. The minimum payout request is 125. Ah, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. I will be back momentarily. That was a primary entry that obviously did not go well. um, I do want to start the journal. No. Maybe you can start it tomorrow? Sí, sí. I have a question. Is there uh, let's search for activation. Okay, you have 30 days from passing your combine to pay the activation fee and get started. If you have less than 5, express. If you already have them, okay. Well, I only have one. So, yeah, so I would have to pay the activation fee within 30 days, which that can happen. Probably not today, but within 30 days. We're coming up on the last 2 minutes. I'm not gonna. I wanted to create that thing, but now I. we'll come back to that because I have do have a couple of places to be. So let's go here. Yeah, no, I just had to walk away, take a little break. So that's a secondary after the first primary failed, so this one should go. Ouch. That was painful. Anyways, I don't know if you heard my neck pop. It was very loud. So today's Wednesday. There were 2 trades, and one of them won. Although technically, this loss did turn into a win, but we can't calculate that. So, um, that's what we have there. And then we'll just go here. A reminder. Oh, yes, okay. I set my phone to remind me that Saskia needs to get groomed so I don't forget. What? Okay, there we go. We'll probably start the other analysis next week. or tomorrow because I won't be trading because the express fund it has to be paid. Let me get into my account um and then yeah, I will. Yeah, we'll get into my account real quick and then we can see what it's looking like. Hmm. Mm, mm. Oh, perfect. That was your secondary after the primary failed. Okay. I like what they've done to the new, their kind of their tracking thing. I like it and I don't at the same time. It's decent. Yeah, it's a cleaner look. The other one wasn't bad. Activate. Oh, it's blinking at me. It's adorable. Anyways, okay, I'm going to. Oh, it even has everything in here. Overview. Yeah, I traded a single one gold. Um, yep, that's and your maximum loss limit will trail you until you pass. I think it trails you until you pass. Yeah, until you pass 2000 and then it stays there. See, because it stayed there the whole time. Okay, which is what happens when you get the account too. So a positive curve like this is good. There are a lot of flat days, little bumps along the way. Let's see what this says. This says 12 days traded. That's how many days I actually took trades. Um, Even though it took me a month to pass, technically I traded um I traded for 12 days. 12 days where I actually took trades. This is my consistency. Oh, yes, you can't, your greatest day can't be above 50%. So we didn't break the consistency rule. My worst day was a break even -$3. And then, yeah, you can see all that gold. Yeah. If you traded multiple things, you could like switch between what you traded and you see where you were most profitable. Ooh, achievements. What's that? Nothing. Got nothing. Okay. But anyways, I like what they did with their dashboard. Very clean. I do like um Top Step over all of the other trading not combine trading prop firms out there. Because I feel like Top Step really actually wants you to become, successful and not just power through to get to a payout and then be done. Um, which I've done. But yeah, okay. I am going to spend the rest of the day in prayer and reflection because it's not expecting that today. Honestly, I don't think I was gonna trade because I was very anxious about losing. So anxious. Anyways, that's all I have for today. And I will. Oh, no, I didn't say what I was thankful for today. Oh, also, no, I think I still will log on tonight. Um, but yeah, um, what I'm thankful for, I'm thankful for passing the account. So thankful. Um, because like I said, it's not up to me. I could have gone either way, and if I had entered up at the top instead of down where I did, that would have been a loss, and yet it still wasn't. So, yeah. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that Zazio's getting groomed today. I'm thankful for this time. It sounds counterintuitive, but I am thankful that I am currently out of work because if I wasn't, I don't know that I would have passed the account. At least not right now. I mean, most of my trading has been, I mean, the last 2 days, the last two trades I took have been during the day session. So, and there haven't been any opportunities for the night. So, yeah, I'm thankful for this time because I don't think I would have passed just now um, if I didn't have this time available. So I'm thankful for new opportunities. I'm thankful for God's grace and mercy and allowing me to pass the account. And all I can do for myself is not get a big head about it, get greedy, get oh, look at me, because I've done that. I'll pass, I'll say, thank you, Lord, and then I'll go on a whole thing about, I'll go post a video on YouTube about how I passed my account and I'm so awesome. And no, we're not doing that. Okay. Because, yeah. Okay, I gotta go to the store before Zazio's grooming appointment in 2 hours. We have to leave in an hour and a half. So I will be back. Well, I will not be back here. I will be back here at 7:30, same time. And whether or not I go to fitness class is up for debate simply because, um, one second. Yeah, it's up for debate simply because I don't know. Because if Zazo gets done, if it takes 2 hours, which I don't know why it always takes so long, it's just a little bath and a brushing and some nails. It should take an hour. I don't know. But it always takes forever. So if he gets done at like 4 and then I have to drive through traffic to go get him and then I get back, if I don't get home before 5 o'clock, I can't go to fitness class. I literally can't. So I might text the coach and just let him know because I have to start heading over there at like 5. I have to get in the car by like 5:10 just to get the class on time. So if I don't get home in time to take him potty, feed him, get him settled after he's groomed, I won't make it to fitness. So we'll see. Anyways, I'm out. Goodbye.